Welcome to WorkSpan TV. I'm Marcia Rhodes for WorldatWork, and today we're discussing the impact of employee satisfaction on customer satisfaction. And with me is Brian Turner from Goodmans Interior Structures. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you for having me.
Brian, Goodmans has won numerous accolades for customer satisfaction. In fact, you said the latest customer satisfaction survey showed 95% of your customers are extremely satisfied. Tell us, what role does employee satisfaction play in all that?
Employee satisfaction is a very big role in what we do. It's something that we live and breathe every day. We have spent a lot of time working on our employee engagement. We have annual surveys to solicit our employee feedback, and following the heels of those surveys, we have both leadership and employee internal groups that dive into, really drill into the feedback. One, to let us know where are we doing things well, but also where could we be doing things better. So we spend a lot of time pulling that information out and changing up our action plans every year. Because we're looking at that feedback from the annual surveys, that doesn't mean that's the only time we're soliciting feedback. Like many organizations out there, we have an open door policy, so we're constantly getting feedback and processing it and adjusting our game plan, if you will.
And I understand that your CEO takes employee satisfaction so seriously that he hired in an HR strategist. Tell us about that.
That's right, Marcia. And a big part of that was really looking at our alignment all throughout the organization. So we spend a lot of time on strategy, looking at strategic plans and looking beyond just the day-to-day, but higher level and big picture. So a big part of my task in that role was to come in and facilitate strategic planning for the organization. And we've been really excited with that process. A lot of that trickles down into the messages so that our employees understand how do they make a difference when it comes to fulfilling our vision, mission, and values. When we say that we want to change the city, we can extrapolate that into what are we doing at each level of the organization, which is really critical.
And because of all that work, you have won the Best Places to Work award in the Valley 5 years in a row.
Yes, we're really excited about that. And several of the accolades that we've received, between the Best Places to Work, being the inaugural winner for the OFDA award, and some other accreditations from CEO Cancer, they're really exciting. But they're the icing on top, if you will, and really the result of a lot of the hard work that our employees have put into it.
So how do you keep the momentum going? It's not easy winning an award year after year, 5 years in a row.
You're right, and a big part of that, Marcia, is our organizational culture. Part of us is the competitive aspect of it there too. It is very easy for us to have fun at work when we are successful. And so we've got the right talent, the right people on board for our team to continue to challenge ourselves and continue to push that bar higher and higher.
Brian, what are some of the drivers of employee satisfaction?
Well, you know, transparency is a big part of that. And at Goodmans Interior Structures, a big part of that starts with Adam Goodman at the top. He's the first to put himself out there. And so part of his process and personal and professional development includes doing his own internal 360. In a lot of cases, you might take that and work with it behind the scenes, but he chooses to put it out there, and it gives everyone, and both employees and customers, a chance to see and participate in that feedback process. It's something that we do every couple of years, and it's really exciting to see somebody at that level take it so seriously.
I saw the results of your employee satisfaction survey, and there was a big jump in trust in management. Tell us about that.
You know, a big part of that ties into the strategic planning that we've done too, and recognizing that part of our mission and strategy is around being a best place to work, and so our management and our leadership team have taken that to heart. When we look at their management styles, their practices, we've built in specific items to tailor to that. Part of that includes annual development planning. Part of that development planning is strictly geared for our leadership team. So when they have takeaways, it ties into things like performance management, which also link up to the strategic plan process. Other parts of it overlap in things previously known as management by walking around, but increase that connectivity and that engagement with their employees. Learning how to communicate beyond just emails or texts, whatever the personal preference is for our employees is a big part of that. So you'll find a lot of our development, a lot of our tasks are not based around just doing, but how we do what we do. And I think that's what sets us apart.
I read that another employee driver is corporate social responsibility. Tell us about some of your programs there.
You know, we're really excited about what the programs are that we've put together there, and thanks for bringing that up, Marcia. Believe it or not, some of those programs are employee-led. And so when you look at philanthropy across the organization, a lot of those have a personal meaning for our employees. Our Good Threads program is a great example of that. Born out of our Tucson area by one of our Tucson sales staff. It's really geared for foster parents and supporting the foster parent community. And it's something that we can easily rally behind.
Brian, thank you so much for sharing your programs and practices with our viewers.
Thank you very much for having me.
For World at Work, I'm Marcia Rhodes.